Okay.
What I'm saying is, okay, we're dealing with the facts of the West right now, innit? Like, this is where we're at. Not in Africa, not in, do you get it? Like, other countries where they have these values that, and some men still have that mentality that a woman's not, it's like...
So how happy is the West?
What results does that lead to? Are women happier in the West?
No. I think so.
I don't think so. Absolutely. Let me just think this through with you, okay? How would we measure if women are happier in the West or in other countries? The rate of women on what? Antidepressants. Because you would agree, depressed women take drugs, right?
I beg you.
To not be depressed, right?
Okay.
So if the women in the West are on antidepressants higher, that means our results are not good. If we're more obese than other countries, our results are not good. So...
Yet we're more successful.
Not in terms of happiness. You're basing success monetarily. Success is about enjoyment of life. It's not about rapping and making...
Wait, I thought y'all weren't paid equally.
What?
I thought you weren't paid equally.
That's not what she said.
Are you financially successful?
No, she means more financially independent.
Success is not about how much money you're making.
Because financial independence is important. For example, I'll give you
the average woman makes like $25,000 a year.
No, financial independence
so they're not
is
that
important.
Successful.
Can I ask you a question?
That's poverty.
Okay, compared to the countries,
where they probably would have a better lifestyle because they live off of their family's income, off of their husbands.
You know, sister, can I say something? Yeah, it's important for women to have financial stability because you can't always rely on men to be there to give you things. Because it's not just because men are trash and men are not reliable. Everybody dies, which means that you as a woman need to also be able to count on a way to stabilize yourself. Because if you do have children, you also need to be able to provide for the children should things go wrong, for example. So that's why certain things like financial independence and having a career can be important for women. And I know this because I speak about my mom from experience. If she didn't go to work and she was a housewife, if she didn't go to work, we would have been suffering. We should have had to go jump in bed with somebody else to provide for her, which she didn't do. So she went to work. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing for women to go and work and have a career.
I don't think what we're trying to say that women working is a bad thing. What we're trying to say is women putting work over family is a bad thing, because if you go back to what Pearl said, the results have been bad. They've been horrible.
Also, as well, a lot of work is not really what it's cracked up to be. I mean, it seems like women have worked really, really hard and fought really hard to be able to go and work in cubicles for 8 hours a day, which is pretty shit. Let's face it. Most people aren't going to become Cardi B. Most people aren't going to become like a world famous rapper or a super influencer, right? Most jobs are not very good. So why is this importance put onto that when actually most people are trying to get out of work because it's out of normal jobs because they're so terrible?
It's because feminism made these women think that being a mother is a bad thing, that they're oppressed, that they compare it to cows, to being bred. They don't see any value in being a mother. They compare themselves to men all the time. They want to go fix cars like we do. They want to go rap like we do.
Why is it men
they want to make money.
Fix cars only?
See? What? And why is it men that rap only?
Because women aren't as good at it.
Well, if I get stuck in the middle of nowhere and I don't have my phone, good thing I can change my tire.
Wait. Look at the
survival skill.
Look at Denalva, wait. The top 10 rappers of all time, are they men or women?
There's a woman and there's a woman in there.
Are the majority... Stop. Come on. Are the majority men or women?
Men. They're definitely men.
Okay, so women aren't as good at it.
Well,
that doesn't mean that they're not as good at it.
That's exactly what that
means. No, it doesn't mean that.
That's exactly what that means.
It's not. Do you know why? Because that's the same thing as saying women have only just started going into science because it's more encouraged, but because there's more men engineers, they're all better than women. No, women can be good at it, but they're just still trying to go into things because we are still catching up with something that's been there for men for a very long time.
Because we're picking in, like, they're trying to push women into industries we're not naturally good at.
Listen, rapping is like poetry. You're basically saying women can't write poetry as good as a man.
Denalva, wait.
Jesus.
Wait, Denalva. It's like we were trying to make women into men and we're not men.
No. Rapping is not for men because rapping is art. If women, so you can't use
if women wanted to do it and were good at it, they would do it.
Men as rappers sell more because whatever it is that they're rapping about as well is more like it helps men feel empowered, feel this. There's a certain advantage for men within that industry. That is just a fact.
Can I ask you a question? Why aren't men like top of the list when it comes to like the beauty influence?
They are though.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Because
I'm
modelling,
being funny. I'm not
obviously.
being funny.
Modeling, like the
aren't
modeling
men-
industry.
Exactly. Why aren't men?
Who dominates the modeling industry? And men or women?
Why does Giselle make more than Tom Brady?
Exactly.
Clearly because they're better at it. Women are better at makeup. Men are better at other things. We need to stop acting like we can do the same
No,
things.
it's
In
not.
reality,
Because
we can't.
women are visual.
Sometimes there's exceptions. Sometimes there's an exceptions. I know there's a male YouTuber who can probably do more better makeup than me. But if we're talking on a general senses,
Because women
let's
are
be
snack.
real. Let's be realistic.
Because women please the visuals. Because
You just argue to
and
argue.
we're good at that.
You just
It's true.
talk.
We're good at that.
It's true. And
What
that's
is
what
it-
we're good at.
But we also
I'm
need to
getting, she
admit.
asked why. I said because.
But the
I'm not
same-
arguing. I'm agreeing.
But
Don't
yeah,
get it twisted.
but the same way we can admit women are better at this and women are better at visuals, and so why are we so afraid to admit that men are better than other things than we are?
Exactly. For example, I would not want to have a man running a nursery school because I wouldn't want to leave my small child with a man. I'd rather leave
Right,
with
but
that.
then why?
with
But
a
then why do
woman.
you argue so hard
You're
with
contradicting
I don't
that men
argue.
are wait that men are better rappers than women because the results show it.
No.
Because there's more men rappers and they do better at it. It's like I'm talking to a kid right now.
Listen,
You're
okay.
very childish.
Let me
I
tell
understand
you.
why you think she's good TV because
No.
you just talk.
Let me tell you. Because
You're just
you
talking.
guys-
Like,
no.
what are you talking about?
Okay, I'll tell you why. For example, rapping. What is rapping? Rapping, you
art.
write lyrics.
Yeah.
It's like it's poetry, essentially, right? Okay. The only difference between poetry and rapping is because when you rap, you flow on a beat. Cool. So that has nothing to do with you being a man or woman. Now, when it comes to taking care of children and babies, for example, then there I'm going to say, yeah, it is about being a man and a woman. So there are certain things where the rule does not apply, and there are certain things that the rule definitely applies.
Right.
So I am not stupid, sir.
No, but then
Look,
I feel
hold on.
like
I'm not calling you stupid, but just because you're speaking loud, it doesn't mean that you're making a good
I can't
point.
hear myself too well, so obviously I have to project my voice.
Listen a little bit, because you're not making a good point just because you're speaking up.
Okay, why did I not make a good point?
You're not having any stance. You say you're not a feminist, but you're saying that women should be scientists too. We can
Yes.
rap the same, but also I'm not the
Because I'm not a feminist. I just think people have skills.
You've been talking the most out of anyone on this
Of
panel,
course.
and you have no specific
I've got
point
the
of view.
most. My point of view is simply to say
To
that
talk.
you guys just want to argue about black and white when there's great points in the middle. The same way that sometimes the rule applies where men are better at something than women, and sometimes it doesn't. That's why I'm not a feminist.
Denalva, you've been on too many shows
Yes.
to not know that we are talking about in general. Like
And
I've told you this so
And
many
I've been
times.
on too many shows to know that I
So-
sit here to
so-
tell my point, so that I can then take the content
you can
and
tell
put it on
you
my
can
page the right way for my brand.
you can say your point, but that doesn't mean you're right.
No, but this looks better, and it is. And I
So there you go. It's not about, and for everybody watching, it's not about making a clear point. It's just this is her time. She's on camera. You like talking.
It's about empowerment. It's about calling bullshit on black and white.
You
There's in
like
the middle.
hearing
I
your
don't
own
stand for
voice.
one. I love my voice, and I like looking at myself.
There you,
too,
this
because
is
I'm feeling
narcissism.
pretty.
You have no point of
No,
view.
this
You're
is
just here to
sarcasm
talk.
just agree with you because you're saying things like, as if I should be.
I'm
upset
gonna.
by it.
I want to
voice.
hear from you because I don't think we have all show.
I'm just here getting heated a little bit. I just feel like everything, so feminism, it's just women demonizing everything that women are good at. So being able to give birth, reproduction is beautiful. It is a beautiful thing. Why are we demonizing it? Why are we relating ourselves to cows?
yeah, I don't get that.
Who said that? Who was it that said that?
Rapper red hair.
True negative mindset.
And I hate to bring religion into it, but as a Christian, I can only speak on what I know in the Bible. Like, the main focus for women is to reproduce. So for you to try and make it seem like it's a bad thing is literally ludicrous to me.
We're on this planet to
And
reproduce.
this is why I say
there's nothing else to it. Forget society, forget everything else. We are literally here to make children.
Right.
And this is why I said feminism is demonic.
It is
Sometimes
demonic.
you say
Our sole
reproducing.
purpose is to reproduce.
I'm here for
so
more
sorry
than just
for these
to
women.
give birth to a child. Actually, I can be a mother, but I am an educator. I'm here to help.
But
other
you're getting it the
people.
wrong way. We're not saying that.
I know,
I'm
but
not
I'm
here
just
to just
saying,
give birth to a child.
No,
That's what you're saying. That is what you're saying. I'm not saying that. I'm this is what you guys are saying. When she asked for
One at a time. One at a time. I'm gonna wait. Thank you. I'm gonna let you go. Go ahead.
That's not what we're saying, because when she asked for a fun fact, I said first my career. We're not here. I'm not saying that I'm here to just become a mother, to just give kids, but we are saying he said the most important thing is motherhood, and you guys are trying to take away from the fact of the matter. The fact of the matter is that the most important thing for a woman is to be a mother. You can want a career, you can want to be rich, mental health, all of that. That's all nice and fun, but the main factor of life is the most important thing is being a mother. And you guys are just trying to argue with the sake of arguing, because what you guys are saying, you're just both contradicting yourself and you're both bumping heads, which makes zero sense whatsoever.
What's more meaningful ultimately in life terms? Is it having a child? Is it having a family? Is it having those connections with other human beings? You know, in this brief period we've got on this planet, or is it going and working a cubicle for 8 hours?
What's the most important thing for men then? If women is giving birth, what is for you guys?
Creation.
Okay, that's a good one.
In every way, I say creating everything, inventing, building, maintaining society, creating children, and then protecting and providing for that family, including a very good mother and wife.
Do you feel like men have been doing a good job at that lately?
No, I don't. But I also think that it's in a lot of ways, since the women control the sex and the men control the relationships, the abundance of sex and the promiscuity and the agenda that we're currently going through, I think it's making both sides very sad.
Right, so it doesn't have to be a gray area. That's what you're saying to dismiss the argument. The point is, like, men have a specific role and women have a specific role. That's a black and white that I think we should agree on.
Definitely.
And we can also agree that men and women are equal, just in completely different roles.
Ways.
100%.
Right?
agree.
That's all. The world doesn't go without mothers, particularly mothers. They're going to be the foundational base of every human that comes into this world, not just after the fact, but while she's holding the baby, how she treats her body while that baby's there, the words that are coming out of her mouth and that baby can hear you while she's in there. Everything about that situation and the atmosphere that the mother creates is going to have a lot to do with the mental health of that child, boy or girl.
Oh, yeah.
It's the most important job in the world. And then at some point, when it's a little boy, I am very big on handing that little boy off to the father. And the father gets to take care of that family. He gets to be a man. He gets to be the hero for that situation. That's what's broken about everything we're talking about.